Welcome back. This is my third video lecture on consolidation of soil. In first video lecture, we have discussed about the introduction part of the consolidation, and in second lecture, we have discussed about the spring analogy. Today, in my third lecture, I am going to discuss about the determination of the pre-consolidation pressure of the soil. Before going for that, as we have already discussed about the different types of the soils based on the consolidation history. Those are under consolidated soil, over consolidated soil, and normally consolidated soil. Normally consolidated soil is one which has never been subjected to an effective pressure greater than the existing overburden pressure, and which is also completely consolidated by existing overburden pressure. And the under consolidated soil is a one in which it is not completely consolidated under the existing overburden pressure, and over consolidated soil is one if it has ever been subjected to a pressure in excess of its present overburden pressure. Coming to the pre-consolidation pressure, pre-consolidation pressure the temporary overburden pressure to which a soil has been subjected and under which it got consolidated is known as pre-consolidation pressure. A soil may have been pre-consolidated during the geologic past by the weight of an ice sheet or glacier has which has moved away, or by other geologic overburden and structural load which no longer exist now. There are various factors which can cause a soil to approach its pre-consolidation pressure. Those are change in the total stress due to removal of the overburden, change in pore water pressure, change in soil structure due to aging, environmental changes, and chemical weathering. Determination of pre-consolidation pressure is a significantly important for settlement analysis in clay deposits. Many graphical methods have been developed by researchers for determining the pre-consolidation pressure. Some of these methods are Casagrande method, Thevenot's method, Butterfield method, and so on. Over the last few years, the use of artificial neural network method has increased in many areas of the engineering, such as some of the softwares are there to determine this pre-consolidation pressure. We will discuss about the determination of the pre-consolidation pressure by Casagrande method. In 1936, Casagrande has given an empirical method to find out the pre-consolidation pressure. Okay, you can see here there is a graph versus uh, sigma dash and White's ratio. Okay, here the sigma dash is the effective pressure and E is the White's ratio. This graph is plotted in a semi-log sheet by taking a data from the consolidation test. Okay, so here saturated clay sample is allowed to consolidate in laboratory, and the test data are determined, and those are plotted in a semi-log sheet. X-axis as a effective pressure and y-axis as a White's ratio. Okay, so after marking all the points, we are going to get a curve like this. Okay, you can see here this is a curve. Okay, this is called as a consolidation curve. If you observe this curve, you can see here the initial portion of the curve is flat, which resembles the recompression curve of a remolded sample, and the lower part of this curve is a straight line, which is called as a virgin curve. Now, for determining the pre-consolidation pressure, we need to select a point A, which is a point of maximum curvature. From this point A, we need to draw a horizontal line AC. Okay. After that, we need to draw a tangent to the curve. Call that tangent as AB. Now we have obtained an angle CAB. Or next, we need to draw an bisector AF, which is going to bisect an angle CAB. After drawing the bisector AF, we need to extend back the straight line portion of the virgin curve. You can see here the straight line portion of the virgin curve is extended back up to point D, and this extended back line, whatever line ED is there, that is going to meet the bisector at point P. Now mark this point P, and from this point P we need to draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis. On x-axis, we are going to get a effective pressure with respect to this point P. That effective pressure is nothing but a pre-consolidation pressure. Here you can see a completed graph of a Casagrande method to determine the pre-consolidation pressure. Uses of pre-consolidation pressure. The pre-consolidation pressure is used in many calculations of soil properties essential for structural analysis and soil mechanics. One of the primary uses is to predict settlement of a structure after loading. This is required for any construction project such as new buildings, bridges, large roads, and railroad tracks. All of these require site evaluation before construction. Preparing a site for a construction requires an initial compression of the soil to prepare for a foundation to be added. And also, it is important to know the pre-consolidation pressure because it will help to determine the amount of loading that is appropriate for the site. It will also help to determine whether the recompression after the soil is excavated. Thank you.